All right. Today we've got Old Fitzgerald, bottled and bond, 19 years old. This is the fall release, and this is some of the oldest weeded released bourbon from Heaven Hill. And I can tell you unequivocally that the 17 year was one of my favorites from earlier this year. It's something about the combination of the older age and a little bit lower proof that I really like. So these are bottled at 100 proof. So let's dig into this old man weeder right now. First thing you want to know, and I don't always note this with every bourbon, is the color. It's a dark, dark mahogany color, beautiful color. It starts to pick up that kind of red undertone that some people refer to sometimes when you're comparing colors of bourbon. Wow. I remember this from the 17. Lots of red fruit. There's almost a apple schnapps aroma, as odd as that sounds. So really nice red fruit. It's the oak. There's oak there. Maybe like a little touch of coconut. Maybe like a little touch of like a nuttiness as well. I mean, there's leather armchair. It smells so good. I mean, the oak is present, but it is not over oaked. And the fruit is just really keeps coming every time you stick your nose down in there. Okay, let's take a sip of this thing. Silky mouthfeel, creamy, round, nougaty, more of that nuttiness with caramel. Almost like a Snickers bar is pretty simple components, but when you add them together, something magical happens, and that is a lot of the flavor that you have here. A little nuttiness, you get a little touch of the oak, you get a touch of that caramel, a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of that nougat. Man, this is a special whiskey. So pricey, $270. Not barrel proof. What do you compare it to? The only other weeders that are older than this would be the Pappy Van Winkle 20 year and the Pappy Van Winkle 23. I haven't tasted the 20 or the 23 Pappy this year. I can tell you from in years past, because of the proof, because of the relative oakiness of it, I would pick the Old Fitz 19 over the Pappy 20. I haven't tasted the 23 in a couple years. Last time I had it, it was absolutely delicious. But I've had it in previous times. I didn't love it. So it kind of goes back and forth. I think the favorable thing to compare this to would be like some items in the BTAC collection, because it's about as rare as the BTAC. And it's pretty close to that price point, maybe a little more expensive. So, if you were try to choose between this and a WL Weller, the Weller's obviously barrel strength, and some people just swear by Weller up and down. Me, I like the 107. So, that to me is the best proof of Weller. I would take a 107 over a full proof any day. I just think that this, as far as a weeder goes, I don't know. I think I would probably take this over the BTAC Weller. I think it is that good. And if you're not flipping it or you're not selling it, if you're drinking it, you will enjoy this more than the W.L. Weller. That I would guarantee. So anyway, you know, hidden weeders on the market while we're on the subject of weeders. I would say the Weller 107, obviously, if you can get it. But the Maker's Mark 101 is probably the best everyday weeded bourbon you could buy. It's 40 bucks, and it is a stone cold killer. So if you like weeded bourbon and you have not had Maker's Mark 101, you're making a huge mistake. You're really missing out on a delicious weeded bourbon. But back to super allocated, yes. Would I choose this over the W.L. Weller? Yes, I would. Would I choose it over the Pappy 20? Yes, I would. Why? Because you can drink it, and I enjoy that. So there you go. Old Fitzgerald 19. It's a drinker. It's old as dirt, and it is delicious. There you go. Cheers.